Hello from GearNation.com. This is Mark Josie, and today I want to talk about sharpening your kitchen knives. So we did a lot of blade reviews and stuff on our channel, and finally we got a chance to have some dull knife right here. So these things are all dull right now. They cannot even cut properly, and it's kind of frustrating because when you buy a knife from the store, like a hardware store, a normal store, you know, they sell these knives, and some of them cost, like this one costs less than 50 bucks. You know, these are like 20 bucks, and then you have some really good ones that cost over 100 bucks. So you're like, why do I have to pay so much for a knife when I can get one that costs like 20 bucks or so, right? Now, it's not about the knife is good or bad, but you got to realize that, okay, the steel on the knife is different. These kind of like very super mirror reflective stuff, they're cheaper, and that means the steel is not as long lasting. These are usually the stainless steel, and they do not rust or stuff like that easily. But then these things are kind of cheap too, the cheap grade of stainless steel. These carbon steel, they're way better, and the edge is longer lasting. So when you sharpen it one time, it will last longer. Now let me show you the knife first. It doesn't matter if you have a cheap or good knife in this video. Okay, see, right now you cannot cut into the lemon. I try to do this and it doesn't cut in. The other one too, I try to cut and it doesn't cut into the lemon. Okay, and then with this one, good one, it didn't cut into the lemon too. Okay, so it's very important that you have a sharp knife that ensure that your cooking experience is safe. If it's not safe, because you keep sliding, it can go and then cut your finger. So you got to be careful. Knives got to be sharp to be safe. Okay, now for all of you who have no patience in learning how to sharpen a knife, I suggest, this is not the best option, but get one of these tabletop sharpeners. These are some of the blade people will call this junk, but I would say that they're not really that junk. They do the job properly. Okay, so now let me show you one of them. I would suggest using these tabletop sharpener with a cheapos. Okay, the cheap knives do not really require a lot of work, and you don't want to spend all the time on it because the edge is going to dull anyway. So just make sure the table is clean and also free of moisture. Okay, and then put this thing here and clamp it down like that. Now this thing won't move. You see, it's not gonna move. So this here, there's a V shape. There's a V shape right here. Okay, this is actually two pieces of metal there to sharpen the knife. So all you do is put the thing in the V shape and then press on this thing a bit and scrape. Can you hear this sound? You need to have the sound like this. Some people would do it lightly like this. It doesn't work. No matter you do it how many times, it won't work because you're not profiling the edge. Okay, you need to really press on it. Okay, press lightly and pull at the same time. Okay, do this about 10 times. Make sure the knife is straight. 2 more times. The more you do it, when the knife gets sharp, okay, the sound and the friction will be less, so it will be smoother. Now let's try again. Now after 10 times, you do it lightly a few times. Just lightly here. Okay, very lightly. Now your blade should be ready. Okay, take off this and we'll test the blade out. Same cutting board. Let me take the same lemon. Okay. Now your knife is very sharp. See, it cut into it already. So even with a very light cut, you can cut it. So it proved that the thing worked, and actually it's just like less than 1 minute of work and your knife is back to life. So for knives like these, I will really recommend you guys use the tabletop sharpener because it requires no skills, and all you need to do is pull through and wash your blade, and that's it. Nothing you need to do about it. And it also comes with suction cup, so you just suck it onto the table and you can start using it. When your knife is dull, who cares? It's just a cheap knife. Do it a few more times and you can keep cooking and keep cutting. So it's very important to have one of these at home, even though I do sharpen knives the proper way. But this thing actually do work for a lot of cheapos, and you do need it in the kitchen because it helps you to save time while you're like, just in need of cooking something. So have a cheap knife at home. It's very important you get one of these. And also, even though I have fancier knife like these, I also want a cheap knife because just as a backup, anything like that will help. So that's basically the point of this video, and in our next video we'll be showing you how to sharpen knife the professional way, like the more serious way, instead of using this quick fix. But then I want to bring this out to you guys so that you know how important it is to have a tabletop sharpener. Okay, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.